there, everyone. Welcome to a new Let's Play with me, your host, Tim. And today, we're going to start playing through System Shock 2 with the Sec mod, again, for our fourth time. There's some prep here that you can skip by adjusting the slider up here on YouTube to the appropriately segmented spot. In case you don't want to listen to me prattle on about this game for a little bit, maybe take about 8 minutes. We're going to talk a little bit about what the type of game this is, why we're playing it, if I played it before, how far I got in it, any special stuff we'll be doing as we play this game together, which will include the mods I have installed and how to install them, kind of, and any other Timisms, which is to say things I do that maybe other people won't do as we play this game together. Let's go ahead and get started with this. Oh, and I guess we'll start with the third thing first. This viewer is a modded version of System Shock 2. You can find these mods on the systemshock2.org website, which there will be a link to, assuming I'm allowed to put a link in it, in this video's description down below. I have downloaded various mods from this site, and I'm running them in the order that you see listed below. They have something called, I think, the Blue Mod Manager, which you can run to enable and disable mods and adjust their priority. The mods I have installed and the priority in which they are installed is listed below. So if you're curious as to exactly what it looks like for me when I bring up that GUI, once again, it's listed in this video's description. I mention this in particular because if I have messed something up, often, or I hope, assuming they are gracious enough to help, the System Shock 2 org modders may see this video and be like, Tim, you messed it up again. The order should be this instead of that. But I have played the game for a little bit and things look like it's working correctly so far. But I have messed it up in the past. I believe things are correct at this moment. And with that said, I would like to extend a large thank you to the modders of this game, who continuously work on improving it throughout the years. It has, once again, viewer, this is the fourth time now I'm playing through this mod, and I am constantly astounded at their constant work to make the game appreciable on current systems, being able to run it on higher resolutions with greater textures, fixing glitches or bugs, or in the case of the Sec mod, trying to tweak the game in various ways. And I suppose we'll talk about those ways kind of quickly. The Sec mod tweaks the existing System Shock 2 experience by making enemies tougher in ways that I prefer, faster, more aggressive, or adding some other special things that they would not normally have in the base System Shock 2 game, without making them bullet spongy, and without making us too fragile. It changes up where items are located, adds a new minigame to you getting through certain circuit boards, for example. It rebalances the costs and effects of the various things we can improve with our character as we play through the game. It adds new features like crafting into the game. It's improved it in changed how the modifications work on weapons. Every single aspect of this mod changes the base game in ways I like. I cannot imagine playing the base game any longer. Sec mod has ruined it for me. And by ruined, I mean I can't enjoy the base game anymore. I have to play it with the Sec mod. It is phenomenal. I have greatly enjoyed this mod whenever I've played it. And ever since I played it, I never looked back at the base game. I cannot play the base game any longer. That is the highest amount of praise I can give a mod, where I simply cannot do without it anymore. Phenomenal. And we're going to play it again today. I've played through System Shock 2 multiple times. I have played through with the Sec mod multiple times as well, so you should not expect a whole lot of what the game originally was to be new. Even the Sec mod, story-wise. But if you look at the description, there's a new mod here that I've never ran before. The System Shock 2 org people have made a randomizer, and I've installed it. I haven't tweaked it. I don't know if you do tweak it. There's probably an ini file that you can do to tweak various things, but I just grabbed the full version of it and slapped it on here, and that's what we're going to use. I don't think anything else was required. We'll find out as we play the game, I suppose, if I've installed it correctly or not, but I think I have. And if I haven't, we'll figure it out as we go forward. Hopefully, I'll discover early on that it's not installed correctly, and I can come back here and tweak things, cut this intro part, separate it, and then restart again if I have installed it incorrectly. But I am running it. Supposedly, it tweaks where things are located, where enemies spawn from, and other things of that sort. So I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what it changes. This does mean that exploration is back on the menu, because we're going to need to really poke about to figure out where things are. Some, I think, key cards are located in different places and so on. It does not change, however, the key codes required to get through the game. Apparently that is a bit too much, which is a shame. I would love it if it required me to go from place to place, and this way I wouldn't remember what the codes are. But to be fair, viewer, I don't remember what the codes are anyway, and the sec mod changes what many of the existing codes were in the game, so you're going to have to track them down anyway in order to figure out what they were. For the game itself, viewer, this is an FPS. It is one of the... It's not the first FPS that had stats and inventory. That was Ultima Underworld from my own experience. But this game was one of the earlier ones. I think, yeah, released in 1999. It was made by the same group that made the Thief game series. And I think, well, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think Deus Ex was made by a similar group, if not this group as well. It was Ion Storm, right? That made Deus Ex. This is looking, guys. For some reason, I think they're the same group. I don't know why I think that. Anyway, in a similar way to Deus Ex, we will have statistics to manage. Our strength, dexterity, for example, or endurance scores. We'll have skills to manage, repairing, maintenance. There's different types of psionic abilities. If we decide to go down that route, that would be available for us as well, and so on. We'll have to pick and choose what we're spending our points on. There's new weapons added to this version of the game, the sec mod, as well, and those are also locked behind a certain aptitude with that weapon, which is another type of statistic. We have an inventory that we'll be filling up with various things as well. We've got to pick and choose what we want to bring with us, as we can't carry everything. I miss that in old games. Too many people have to get everything these days. I'm getting old, viewer. Speaking of getting old, I've been rambling for too long. So, for other Timisms, because we're playing a randomizer that moves things around, we're going to be needing to look around more often than I used to. I still like taking my time, and you should expect me to walk more often than run, but we'll also be keeping it quiet more often than I used to for this game. It will not be a silent Let's Play, and during the early tutorial part, I will be talking with you guys, because it's the tutorial. We can talk there. It's not creepy or atmospherically eerie or things like that. But when we get to the actual ships, my talking will be kept to a minimum unless we're walking back and forth through things that, like, I can talk. It's not going to ruin the immersion. And also, if something funny happens, like I get totally scared out of my mind, I will start laughing, assuming I survive or not, after that has occurred. So I expect that sort of thing as well. I like reading the descriptions on the items as we pick them up, so I will do that too, assuming it's not breaking the immersion too much, and we'll go from there. I've already checked out my voice, and I think things are coming out correctly, so we will be starting a new game. But unlike my other times that I've played through this game, we will play through it on normal this time, and not on hard. Normally, when it comes to FPSs, I only play on hard or higher. Generally, like the second highest difficulty, depending upon the game, is what I choose. I find normal too easy most of the time, especially these days, where normal is effectively like very easy mode for most games I play. It feels like they've certainly dumbed down the difficulty. You're gonna get a lot of my opinions, apparently, as we play through this. But the sec mod, in the sec mod, hard is hard. You don't get as many cyber modules to spend, or rather things are more expensive, meaning that you get less upgrades. Modding weapons in particular is very difficult on hard. And to be honest, I think in the last time I played through the game, I mentioned how I would like to record it on normal once to have a more relaxing experience. And since I did survive last year, I think I will reward myself at the time of this recording, viewer, 1 year of complete remission for my cancer. We'll play this on normal mode. Alright, so that said, let's start.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine? In 2072, a rogue artificial intelligence known as Shodan lost her mind. In her limitless imagination, Shodan saw herself as a goddess, destined to inherit the earth. That image was snuffed out by the hacker who created her.
February 3rd is the day the magic happens. The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation. Imagine being able to travel to distant star systems in a period of weeks. It's all part of Tri-Op's commitment to the future. The Von Braun is packed with over 1.8 billion flight, scientific, and security systems, nearly all developed by Tri-Optimum and its wholly owned subsidiaries. Providing security for the Von Braun as she plows through the heavens will be the UNN Rickenbacker. At her helm will be no less than Captain William Bedford Diego himself, hero of the Battle of Boston Harbor during the Eastern States Police action. This incredible union of government and corporation is made possible by an intricate series of docking mechanisms that will allow the Rickenbacker to piggyback its way into jump space. Sleek, fast, revolutionary. Who knows what wonders await our crews in the bosom of the cosmos? All we do know is that it's a great day for mankind.
This is Dr. Marie Delacroix of the UNN Von Braun. We've been hijacked by an unknown force. Ship security has been compromised. Do not allow the ship... Repeat, do not allow the ship to leave under any circumstances. I don't know what we're up against here.
Well, that certainly was ominous. I'm certain that won't have any effect on us as we look to join up with the UNN, huh?
Welcome to the Ramsey Center UNN recruitment facility. Please watch your step when leaving the train. The grav shafts at the end of the hall will take you to the street-level training and recruitment center. Please proceed to the grav shafts.
Welcome to the tutorial, viewer. We will actually be skipping the majority of the tutorial, but we will look around really quick and appreciate the graphics here. It occurs to me that I should have, and did not do so, written down the names of the modders who have worked on this, at least the ones I can find on the System Shock 2 org site. I will, at the beginning of the next video, rattle off their names in appreciation for the work they have done. It has not gone unnoticed. Thank you again, everyone from that site, for everything you have done for this game to make it as enjoyable and as error-free as it is currently, and the amazing instructions you have for the mods and the order in which you install them and how to go about it. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. Almost as much as I appreciate the see-through fishnet pants. Look at that guy's glutes. How can the ladies resist this? I assume it's not like see-through, fishnets, like tights, but that's what it looks like to me. I guess the vests are what we'll focus on, and the amazing beards that these gentlemen have. You know, I never noticed the circle moving like that before on the graphic there. That looks really nice, very smooth. I'm assuming V phone stands for virtual phone because it doesn't exist. Oh no, it is there. I thought this was like a space. No, the phone's still there. 75 nanites. I know it's only 5 nanites to reconstruct yourself if you die, so my goodness, it's considerably more expensive. Alright, well, that's enough putzing about down here.
Step into the grav shafts to proceed to the street-level recruitment.
Look at the wires. You can see them through the glass here. That looks really nice. I like the glow on the grav shaft, too. I wonder if they'll ever make something like this. Like in real life. That seems so error-prone to me. How do you stop, like, with multiple people in there? How would that work? Oh, and I see tax dollars are funding the, whatever this was, the sign out front. What we have out here is static. Great-looking static, by the way. But static all the same. There is some secrets around here, viewer, we could go and look at. But I will skip them, or we'll be here for another, like, 20 minutes in the tutorial section. But we will stop by the Happy Noodle. The Happy Noodle! She's like so happy to eat her noodles. I don't remember there being any noodles for sale. Hello, good morning. I think that wave was for us. She looks rather scared, probably anxiety. She's first time on the job. She's not so happy. I guess her badge makes up for it. I do like the choice of items for sale. I guess salad, drinks, breakfast, appetizers, lunch, dinner, desserts. I guess the soda must be desserts. The breakfast must be the beer. Cigarettes are for salads. All right, we'll leave you two, to do your thing. And I do like what I'm assuming is either a garbage truck. Oh, look at the lights coming off of it. That looks great. Look at that. I don't remember that before. Fantastic. We saw like flying cars. Oh, look at the cloud cover. That looks really nice too. There's gonna be a lot of this, viewer, by the way, me looking around and appreciating things this time around, especially. We do need to keep our eyes open to find things that the randomizer is working, because they'll be moved about and I don't know where they'll be located. And also because it gives the modders a chance to see like how things are looking. Like if we notice anything that's out of place or what have you. I don't tend to notice these things, but maybe they will notice it.
Before you choose your career, you'll want to learn some basic abilities. First, you should go into the basic training center. When you're done with basic training, proceed to the advanced training area.
Now, viewer, we could do the basic training and all the advanced trainings, but we'll be here for another 30 minutes or so. So we're just going to skip them. I've been skipping them ever since I started recording this for the channel. Basic training teaches you how to move around, the nuances of like bringing up your inventory system. Advanced training shows you how guns work, how your accuracy is dependent upon your skill level with them, how maintenance works. You have psionic skills it teaches you about, how you need a psi-amp to use them and how to select them. And finally, you learn about hacking and other stats.
If you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training, and psionics training. Approach the Cyberlink booth of your choice to train in that area. When you finish training in the if you've completed basic training, you're ready for the advanced lessons provided here. Advanced training will familiarize you with the 3 key areas of military service: weapons training, technical training.
Inside, we'll teach you the basics of some technical skills you'll need in the Navy.
Let me double check to make sure I'm still recording. Okay, and I am. Alright, so... Right, we're skipping these. Once again, weapons training, who cares? They teach you... Am I really going to say weapons training teach you about weapons? I was about to. Let's not do that.
Here's where you make your choice, soldier. Here's where you enlist in one of the 3 branches of the military. Once you decide on your branch of service, there's no going back. The shuttle will take you to a UNN orbital space station, where you'll receive a briefing regarding your yearly postings. Good luck.
Man, look how smooth the animation is on this. I remember the old choppy animation from forever ago. Man, incredible. Now, in this game, whatever you pick to start is what your initial character will begin to specialize in. You get a few things absolutely for free, guaranteed, and then you get some picks of what you want to take based upon options that are presented to you as you pursue your path down these 3 choices. I'm doing a bad job explaining it, but like, Marines gives you, I think, some standard weapons and strength. OSA gives you some psionic points and some psionic skills. Oh, and you can learn, of course, different types of weapons with Marines, other specific psionic skills with OSA, and Navy teaches you perhaps more about hacking. You gain some cyber affinity points, and maybe some other things. Plus, there's all some other miscellaneous choices you get here. But whatever you pick doesn't lock you into that. We could pick an OSA character and then go full-on weapons and Marine skills, as it were, and that's perfectly fine. Don't think that whatever one of these you choose means you must play only that type of character going forward. Whenever I've played this game in the past, I've always chosen OSA, because, well, it's space magic, and I like playing wizards. But not this time. We're gonna try something very different this time. We're gonna pick a Marine. I did play through the Space Marine 2 game a little bit ago, and I'm in the mood to play someone who uses guns for the most part instead of psionic skills. So, let's go down here this time. And we're going to try to not take any OSA skills this time around. Pure Marine, as it were, this time around. Each cutscene represents a amount of time that has elapsed. We just finished basic training, for example. I can't bring it up at the moment, but we've earned a few points in some skills, and our greeter here in the mission postings will tell us a little bit about what we have already earned. We're about to start our first year actually in the military, now having gone through basic training. All that was done off screen.
Welcome to Space Station Wake Island, Marine. So you've survived basic training at Camp Lejeune. Better still, you've managed to learn a thing or two about standard weapons. But now it's time for the real deal. Your tour of duty will consist of 4 postings over 4 years. The Corps demands a lot of you grunts, but the Corps is generous. You get to choose your own postings. Head up to the shuttle bays in the center of the Wake Island, and you'll be briefed on what's ahead. When you find the right posting, head into that bay to accept the assignment. Good luck, Marine.
All right. So we've earned some standard weapon training. I think we're at standard weapons 2 at this moment, 2 ranks. We'll explain some of this very quickly when we get into the game proper, once it's safe for us to do so. I don't remember the crates being so crisp before. Yes, I'm staring at the crates. I know, no one does that. I'm doing it. They're all slightly dented, though. Exactly in the same spot. Maybe that's where, like, a handheld thing goes into them to help lift them or what have you.
Not every boarding party has the luxury of gravity, so the Corps strongly recommends every one of its brethren getting some zero-G training. A year aboard the training station Guadalcanal should suffice.
Agility is required to use certain types of weapons. Oh, and in the upper left-hand corner, it will it will tell us what stats improve if we take this posting. Here, we would earn +2 agility. Agility affects your movement speed and is required for certain types of weapons. It might affect weapon melee speed, but I don't remember if it does.
The Navy maintains a survival training school on the surface of Io, the third moon of Jupiter. Pros, there's no better way to improve stamina and survival skills. Cons, the 21.2% mortality rate. Plus, you've got to spend the year with a bunch of Navy skanks.
Oh, we're not going there then. Endurance, which we would have earned, gives us more hit points in this game.
If you're partial to spending time with a lot of high explosives, this posting is for you. There's a lot of heavy lifting, but Ordnance also gets the first pick of booze and other goodies coming aboard the supply ship Gallo. Lock and load.
Now, we're going to take this one. There might be reasons why we want a different one. It all depends upon how many cyber modules you want to save. Cyber modules are used to increase your statistics or take new stats and what have you. And there is a bit of finagling and metagaming you can do here to eke the most points out of your character creation. But we shouldn't need to do that. We don't need it in order to beat the game. We'll be perfectly fine not min-maxing. We'll go ahead and pick this one for +2 strength. Minimum strength is required to wield certain ranged weapons in the sec mod. I think a grenade launcher requires a minimum strength, for example. It increases the amount of inventory space that we possess, and also the damage that we deal with weapons. I think you might need a certain level of strength also to wear certain types of armor. Your stint aboard the UNN Gallo is finished. Well, you spent more exciting years, haven't you, Marine? If you ever look at another UNN packing crate, you'll put in a bullet in your head. But you used the time well and bulked up considerably. You gained +2 strength. The cutscenes, by the way, I believe are showing us being shuttled to the UNN von Braun. I want to look at the command thing here really quick. This looks great! Man, fantastic. UNN starts with you. We're probably picking the weapons range. Let's go over this side first. Oh, we have a gunnery mate. Uh-oh. Asteroid picket. I don't know which one we want. Let's see what this one is.
The automated asteroid ore facilities in JM-432 supply the UNN shipyards, so they're crucial to defense. However, they're also prime candidates for hackers. Somebody's gotten their claws into the primary data loop, and they need a team to head in there and blast their way past the automated defense systems.
Heavy weapons. I would like this one, so we're going to pick this without even looking at the other two. One's probably energy weapons, the other's probably standard weapons, is my guess. Heavy weapons are things like grenade launchers, there's a stun gun, there's 2 others as well, but I don't remember actually what they are, so I'm looking forward to see what types of other heavy weapons are in the game. We also earn +1 cyber affinity. This is used in a variety of ways, with all sorts of various technical skills. Hacking, I think repairing, modifications, all use cyber affinity, which makes these things a little easier to interact with. And I think cyber affinity also gives you extra energy for powering various energy-related things. We're going to want a lot of energy, because I intend to wear the power armor in this game. Time to get out of the asteroid belt and back to Wake Island Station. You'll probably have nightmares about cramped little tunnels for years, but you and the team got the jobs done. A combination of EMP grenades and high explosives will stop most hostile machinery, and in your year in the belt, you got a lot of practice at knocking the Borgs and bots right back to the assembly line. You gain +1 heavy weapons, and +1 cybernetic affinity. I've never actually read either of the strength one or this one. This is kind of fun. And of course, we will watch it. I didn't think I wouldn't. You guys recognize this dance this robot's about to do? I'd hum the song, but I'm worried about a copyright strike, given how amazing my singing voice is. This is the Macarena. And that is a very frightening MP bot, just to make sure that, Tim, don't you dare do anything that would cause YouTube to put a commercial on your videos. I don't know what any of these would be. Let's check out the honor guard first.
The UNN Secretary General's office needs a full staff of armed guards. When things are dull, it requires a lot of standing around looking good in a uniform. When things are bad, it can require fending off a Psi-terrorist assault.
Maintenance is very useful, and I wouldn't mind starting with one of those. But I've never used repair.
The Pleiades trading station has long been a haven for the black market. However, up until now, they have not interfered with the running of station operations. Recent reports indicate that the Pleiades command staff has been overthrown, and the station is under the control of a self-appointed magnate. This must be rectified, and a Marine presence maintained on the station.
That gives us Modify, which is used to improve our weapons. Maintenance is used to restore their condition as they get damaged. Once again, though, if one of these gives me Repair, I would like to try Repair this time around.
The colony air surface gets the dregs of the fleet, and the Antigua is the dregs of the dregs. You'll learn a lot about recalcitrant machinery on a tour of duty aboard the Antigua, if it doesn't blow you to hell and back first.
I've gone through the game without it. We do not need it. But you know me, viewer. If the game offers me something to pick, I occasionally say, you know what? I'd like to try that, even if it looks like it's probably not needed. Even if it's potentially something that weakens me. Generally, in this game, in the original System Shock, not the Sec mod, I don't really view Repair as something it's a waste of points, I'll just say it. In the Sec mod, it has come up occasionally where I thought it might be interesting to take, but it still didn't feel necessary. We're gonna take it this time, and see if we can put it to use. If nothing else, and we discover, hey, this actually isn't really good, maybe it'll be changed in the future. We will still want both Modify and Maintenance, though. So by taking this, we're taking something that's more of a quality of life, or a question of life, rather than something that we would put to use. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out. Get back to Wake Island Station pronto. Your tour of duty on the UNN Antigua is finished. You kept the Antigua running for 6 months when every system in the book crashed daily. But your real problems came when the convicts and air service was shipping through decided to try to revolt. It took you the rest of the trip to get the smell of explosives out of the air scrubbers, but you learned how to repair the damn things. Let's learn repair.
Shuttle A-138, you have clearance for landing on the Von Braun in Shuttle Bay 2. Welcome aboard, soldier.
Reinitializing memory strings. Restoring patient memory. Restoring memory. Restoring memory.
Steady yourself, soldier. This is Dr. Janice Polito of the Computer Ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants. Rely on your cyber interface. It just might save your life. You must find an elevator and come up to Deck 4 to meet me. Deck 4. Can you remember that? But keep your eyes open. They're after us both now.
Man, what the heck happened here? So we came out of that one, and looks like fighting had happened. Looks like something, I guess, tried to get into these pods. Based on the handprints we see here. I'm assuming that was us who was a scan, and I'm assuming everything was okay for us.
Watch out. I'm getting strange readings from that radar dish outside the window. It's become unstable due to... Move! Take cover!
Critical decompression hazard in the cryo recovery suite. Evacuate immediately.
Oh, we start with a grenade launcher because of our picks. And we get an ice pick off this corpse right away. Holy crap, Randomiser. Randomiser, thank you. I'll take that. Oh, we're saving the game. All right. The first change in the sec mod is we have an enemy right here, right now. Oh, how on earth do I swing? Help! Oh god. That's super awkward. I'm not attacking anything. How do I attack in the game? It should be mouse 1. It is not mouse 1. It's working. It took a bit of work. At the end of the video, you'll see what I did to fix it. All right, let's get out of here. So it looks like we had a giant worm leap at us. There's another giant worm. I think we'll avoid those at the moment. Seems pretty happy to hang out near its friend. Oh, we have to check everywhere for the potential where things might be located.
The entire sector is depressurizing and the low vacuum shield won't last long. Get through a secure airlock before you're sucked into space. Move it!
Alright, we got an access card. Shotgun shells and a PDA Oh, what does the PDA say?
Great. We gotta change the access codes out of Cryo A again. Like I've got nothing better to do. I think Grassy just likes to make work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
This mod introduces a new mini-game. I think it's based on something in the first System Shock, but I've never played that one. The closer you get to, we'll explain the puzzle a little more when we're not in an emergency situation.
Warning. Decompression event imminent. Please move immediately to Cryo Recovery B. Decompression event imminent.
Repair this skill 6. Nope, that's not happening. We need... Can we break it open? Oh, hey! Whack it enough and it fixes it. 10 nanites?
This power cell is dead. There should be a recharger nearby. Just use it and it will recharge all the power-driven devices in your possession. Good. You've managed to get out before the whole area depressurized. I've just uploaded you some cybernetic modules. You can use them to upgrade your cybernetic rig at the upgrade units in this area. There are 4 types of units in the next room, 1 for each subsystem of your cybernetic gear. Stats, psi, weapons, and tech. But use the modules carefully. They're hard to come by.
Okay, viewer, we can talk a little bit more about some of the things that have been going on. We'll make this as quick as possible. Actually, no, we'll wait a little bit longer to explain leveling up and what have you in this game. I love the animation of these, by the way, seeing them open and what have you. That's really nice. Alright, 5 nanites. Put the lights on. A science sector access card. I guess I'm glad I picked it up. I have to get used to my new hotkeys, by the way, viewer. I did, so, you don't care. You don't care. We're gonna skip the information terminals. They're there in case you kind of rushed through the tutorial, and you can read about how to do various things in the game now with them.
Your song is not ours.
SecMod makes the hybrids attack much faster than they used to, making it much more difficult for you to avoid them. Or I'm more likely to take damage from them because of it. Both their movement speed and attack speeds. What have we got here? How do I... Oh, it's this button. Let's read about some of the things that we've seen so far already. An ice pick. The ice pick's limited power supply and custom-programmed nanites allow for one successful hack, regardless of the skill of the user. Banned as illegal in most countries and aboard UNN ships, the ice pick is nevertheless a great help for any hacker who can afford the prices the black market charges for the device. A persistent rumor in the hacker underground is that Cantor, the ice pick's inventor, has offered his own ice-breaking algorithms as reward to anyone who can demonstrate to him a system the ice can't break. This is one of the most important items we'll have in the game, because we're gonna need it to defeat the final boss. Also looks like a snail to me. Every single time. This is the head, here's the neck, it goes into the shell right there. We'll read one more thing and then we'll get going. Rifled slugs. The design of the basic shotgun slug hasn't changed much in the past century. A small heavy piece of metal delivered with a high kinetic energy is a short, simple recipe for damage. These here are where you can level yourself up, which each one of these options increases, allowing you to increase the various things that it affects indicated to the side. This one will enable us to improve our various statistics. Why don't we improve our endurance a little? It'll cost us 2 cyber modules to increase it from rank... Oh, sorry, 3 cyber modules. Increase it from rank 1 to rank 2. And our hit points have likely gone up. Our hit points, by the way, are not the red. That is our psi. Our hit points are the blue. It wouldn't be until maybe a year or 2 later where it became standard that your life is red, your mana is blue. Health hypo. We got one of them. Well, in the tutorial that we didn't do. We have a psi hypo here. beautiful space. I'm doing too much babbling. 4 more cyber modules. And another medical hypo. Let's listen to the PDA.
Hey Doc, a security bot showed up with orders from you to place this grunt into the recovery freezer. I'm no cyber doc, but I know a plant job when I see one. I suppose you know they outlawed R-grade cyber goodies after that fiasco back on Citadel Station. But hey, I just work here, right?
We don't know the code for this, so as such we could try to hacking it to get through the door, but we don't have any hack skill, so we can't actually successfully do so. We did just pick up more cyber modules. Technical skills. Wouldn't mind having some research, but then we need 4 more cybernetic modules. So I think, in classic Space Marine style, we'll improve our stats again, and take a little more agility this time. Oh, and it says right here, it reduces our falling damage and weapon kickback. Alright, we'll take one of that then. As well as our movement speed, so it doesn't affect our attack speed at all. I can already tell the randomizer's working, since things are moved around a little bit. It must be that in every area, things that can show up in something might appear in a different container. To make you really want to look around and check for things. I wouldn't mind having those. That's a speed booster and some bullets, but I don't know if I can make that jump. 5 nanites, and a bottle of very strong vodka. A distilled liquor. Vodka is something that the replicators never really got quite right. The replicated brand is numbingly strong, but one's enjoyment is hindered by a sharp, biting taste.
Can somebody let me out? I can't find my card. Please, let me out of here.
Let's finish exploring the rest of this place first. It's a few antitoxin hypos. Toxin in this game, poison, will kill you. It does not fade away after time. You're going to die, eventually, if you don't get rid of toxins. And the only way to do so is with a med kit or an antitoxin hypo. A psi amp and 5 nanites. We'll read about the psi amp, but then we're going to leave it behind. Developed by Esper Industries, a critical branch of Tri-Ops military R&D division, this controversial device allows psionically able individuals to amplify and project their powers into the world. Before the development of the psi amp, psi powers were mostly only detectable in a lab environment. The amp contains and inhibits the normal diffusion problems inherent in psi phenomena. The amp also allows the user to effectively channel their innate psi powers to a number of proscribed effects. The device caused a furor in the psi community, primarily because of its obvious military applications, but also because of the amp's tendency to define psionic disciplines along a few, and generally utilitarian, axis. In other words, you're limited in what actually you can use psionic powers for, to how they manifest, by what this allows you to do, rather than anything that you could possibly desire. But the benefit of it is that you can manifest your psi powers, and in some form of strong effect, as opposed to perhaps only minorly. You can throw a fireball rather than maybe just making a little flicker of flame appear.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
He looks really mad.
See you. Run.
All right. That's enough joking around now. I do apologize. It occurs to me the music is probably too loud. We don't have the capability of opening this. So what we're going to do is drop a waypoint here. So this way I can come back later if we decide to take hacking. We will probably take it. I think it's a requirement that we have it actually in order to open this up. If we look on our map, it will show up here. And I could actually leave a little note here describing what this nav marker is. But I will tend to only use them in marked boxes or crates that we can't quite open yet. Swinekeeper. We'll have a little mini-game cartridge, a handheld game device later. This is a game that you can play, you can use with it. Okay. Oh, what do you... Sir! That was a camera that we heard. I forgot that on normal mode they make sounds. I kind of wish they didn't. But it is too late. That was a maintenance tool we just picked up. They're used to restore the condition of various weapons that you'll use in the game. Your melee weapons do not require any maintenance.
I've got to restrict access to engineering until we can figure out what to do down there. It's just too hot. I don't know where all the hazard suits went, so I'm reduced to bringing down an armful of rad hypos. Those damn things always give me a headache.
Why is it that no one listens to me? The security protocols on the Xerxes system are clearly immature. Some idiot hacked into the primary data loop last night and made Xerxes sing Elvis Presley songs for 3 hours. I finally had to pull the voice subsystem offline. What would happen if someone with a real agenda got into him?
Sounds like this place was launched without being fully, really ready for the trip.
decks, you'll find a quantum bioreconstruction device. Xerxes shut them all down, but I've discreetly put them back online. You'll need to interface with each machine locally to provide a quantum entanglement sample. Once you do that, the device will be able to rebuild your body essentially from scratch. It's not pleasant, but it's preferable to slow decomposition.
The first time you arrive on a deck, if you have not found one of these and you die, you're gonna have to reload to continue the game. But when you find these and you die, you will respawn here, at the cost of 5 nanites. I really kind of wish there was an option for me to increase the number of nanites this would take to like 50, since it seems really cheap. Now you do spawn with, like, I think almost no life and psi power, so you can't really, I mean, you can use it to spawn rush enemies, but depending upon what killed you, you might not necessarily find that a exploitable means to play the game. It will be still very difficult.
I got called up around 0430 to help unload the shuttle coming back from Tau Ceti. Kerenskin was there alone. Jesus, what the hell happened to him? He'd lost most of his hair, and you could see these lumps on the side of his neck. And that smell. I told him he should go see Dr. Watts, but he told me to mind my own business. Well, la-di-da.
Cremation, I guess, for the corpses here. I guess they didn't have anything to launch them into space. No, like, coffins or the like.
This is Xerxes. Please report any unauthorized database interactions to your direct superior. Remember, a smooth operation is everybody's responsibility.
The AI of this ship. Very cleverly hidden orange juice.
God damn. Somebody's hacked into this thing again. I'm gonna tell Delacroix.
Hi there. Please make your selection.
That's a pretty good selection of things. The only thing we can afford at the moment is a medical hypo. Nanites that we possess are used both to do things in the world, such as hack devices, modify weapons, and repair things, and also used as a form of currency.
I've been unable to get in touch with Delacroix. This place is falling apart. Members of my team keep disappearing. The leaks in the venting shaft shorted out the primary access channel. That means we'll all be on auxiliary power until we can get it back up. That means all the lifts are out. Marie, where the hell are you?
Sounds like Miss Delacroix was the only one keeping the system together. And our first weapon, viewer, our pistol. Lower right-hand corner shows the amount. The first number on the left is the number of bullets we currently have in the pistol, I think. The number on the right in the circle indicates its current condition. As that condition lowers from, I think, 10's the max down to 0, it will have a chance to jam, at which point it is no longer usable until you repair it. There are different types of ammunition in the game as well. This is currently armed with standard rounds, which have no bonus nor penalty to any enemy that you are firing at. Oh, see, yeah, I wish the cameras didn't have sounds. That would have totally gotten me. Like, come on now. Realistically, they shouldn't make sounds. Oh, that stinks. Because I don't remember where they're located either. I'm going to try just removing the camera sound effect for the next video.
Xerxes has control of the ship's security system. Avoid or destroy any security cameras you see. You can hack security computers to power down the cameras too, if you're good enough. But don't botch the job, or you'll set off the alarm yourself. Your corpse is useless to me.
In hard mode, enemies might also spawn upon you, I think, destroying a camera to investigate what just had occurred there. And I can see the armor-piercing rounds up there, but we cannot get those. A Psi-Hypo and a Scramble Grenade. Psi-Hypos restore Psi points. We will probably not be taking Psi, so they won't do anything for us. The Scramble Grenade makes it so that enemy robots, I think perhaps cyborgs, will attack random enemies. Will attack anything that's that they can see, as opposed to only you. I wouldn't mind having the Speed Hypo, but that turret's active. We're gonna wait until it goes deactive, and then we'll race back up the ramp. And we can talk for a little bit about some stuff. I guess we can read something, so let's read about the Scramble Grenade. A magnetically sealed hand grenade containing an energy prism-like crystalline structure, which on detonation releases a burst of EM waves that scramble the data patterns of most nearby electronics. Practically guaranteed to scramble friend or foe identification, force of the detonation of remote or similarly triggered explosive devices, unlock security crates, and scramble replicator output. The grenade may have additional unexpected or undocumented effects. 3-second fuse. Oh, I forgot it had all those other effects in the game, too! So we can use this to get through like one of those hacked boxes by tossing it near the box, and it should open it. And it doesn't sound as if this gun turret's gonna go back to sleep. Okay, a little bit of damage, hurt everybody, but thankfully not too much for us.
That insipid computer Xerxes has shut down the elevator as well. You can transfer power at the engine core on Deck 1, which will get the elevator up and running again. But you can't use the elevator to get down there. Wait. There's some kind of maintenance access right on this hallway. You can use it to reach Deck 1. However, it's locked, and Xerxes is hiding the passcode from me. Dr. Watts should have the code. He's probably in the crew subsection. Grassi has the key to get in there, but he's in the medical subsection, probably near the biopsy lab. Now get to the medical subsection and find Grassi.
We do have that battery, but we can't put it into where the receptacle is because it's uncharged. And where we would normally charge it, where we charge the other battery to get into the ship itself, is currently in hard vacuum. And so we're not going to be able to charge it there. We need another charging station somewhere. About the soda before we drink it. Invented in the early parts of the 20th century, soda was created as a refreshing beverage, a mixture of carbonated water and corn syrup. For such a trivial-seeming product, soda and similar beverages fueled the rise of the first two megacorporations, the names of which are illegal to publish by UNN Information Ordinance number 234 FD34. Net rumors suggest that these two corporations' marketing skirmishes turned into physical ones, promulgated by the destruction of offshore bottling plants by hired mercenary squads in 2023. Wow! I don't remember that happening then. I guess COVID kept all of us locked up during those years and prevented this horrific future. Thank you, COVID. Most items like soda, potato chips, and alcohol will give us a little bit of life back, 1 hit point. Alcohol also lowers our psi points by 5. game controller. The pig. I think we right-click on the game. Yep. So, I guess we'll show you one, but then we'll probably never use this again. So right-click on the pig to bring up all the games that you have listed, cartridges that you have access to, which are plugged into this particular handheld device. Then we can click on the game to play it. They're all little versions of existing games. This is Minesweeper, which is called Swinekeeper here. And just like Swinekeeper, like this says there's 3 total spaces which are bad. If there's 1 space nearby, there's 2 spaces. That means this and this are both bad. Which means that if there's a 3rd spot, this spot is clear. There's already 1 there, so we can click here. There's 2, which means 2. These are all free spots. There's already 2 spots there. I guess we are gonna play this as well, Tim. Oh, this is dangerous. This is also super. I know you guys are really interested in this particular game. I'll choose this spot. Alright, that spot was good, but that doesn't help me. Only one of these 2 spots is... One of these spots is good, one of these spots is bad. I'm gonna select down here. I'll select down here. I'll take another corner spot. Man, none of this helps me. Here? Oh, that was clear. Okay, so that means this is a bad spot, and this is a bad spot. So this is 1, so this one can't be 1. So that's this. This is 1, which is that spot, so these are good. That's good. This already has 1 there, so these 2 spots are clear. This is the 2nd spot for that one. Another corner spot. Oh, come on now. 5 left. One of these 2 has to be bad. It can't be both of them, because if this one's bad, then this spot can't be, which means this spot's safe to click on. It has to be this one, because this one, is that right? This could be the bad spot, Tim, and then this spot could be good. In which case, these 2 spots are bad. Why is it so nerve-wracking? That's gotta be the bad spot. Darn it! Alright, well there you go. So there was a game of Swinekeeper. And we won't play the other ones. Just know that there are other games you can play. Oh man, what happened here?
This is Xerxes. Remember, the unauthorized usage of firearms aboard the Von Braun is a Class 3 infraction.
And this would normally be ready and usable in the base game, but it's broken here. And we need repair skill 3 to fix it. Can we rewire it? That must be the correct... So as we move these wires around, the meter fills or it increases or decreases based on how... It's like a warmer, hotter game. And there we go. And actually, it's completely working now, so we didn't need to repair it. The guns went back into the turrets, which means we might be able to race for the ladder, but I want to search this corpse first. Alright, here we go. something fired and destroyed one of the barrels down there, but it probably did damage, but did not destroy the turret. That one's still operative. Oh! What? What is that? Why is this here? This is a bug. This is a floating grenade launcher. And I can't take it. Okay. Oh, there it is.
Are we?
Speaking of grenade launchers, that guy has one. And we also had one. And here's another, which is jammed. I suppose we can at least take back the grenade. We actually have a chance to fix it, but it's not a very good chance. 60% with 2 damaged nodes. I suppose we'll hold on to it, though. This was the guy who I think killed the girl we saw earlier. Nasty encounter to have a grenade launcher guy.
Each deck has a chemical storeroom where you can find the resources you need to research the artifacts you'll find around the ship. Don't try to carry around all the chemicals at once. It's impractical and unnecessary. Your research software will tell you what chemicals it needs and when.
I think it's kind of thematic that a can of soda and a bottle of alcohol was here in the chemicals too. Here's the list of the ones which are available here. I wonder if these are also randomized in the Randomiser mod. 20 standard bullets, very nice. We don't have enough cyber modules at the moment to take research, so we're gonna go ahead and leave this behind. And then I guess we'll leave behind all our psi-hypos. We're not gonna need them right away. I want it in like the center. It's very important, viewer, that it be in the center. There we go. We did charge the power cell, so we can get into that other area of the ship at the moment. I guess at the very least we should go back there and set it up to do so. There is a camera down there. We'll deal with it on our return trip.
Well done. I'm uploading some more modules.
Well, with that many, I think we can take research. So we'll actually grab that and begin researching the various things that we are seeing. We might as well learn about the Xenos that we're going to be putting bullets in. We'll work on improving our standard weapons, heavy weapons, and maintenance after that. In games like this, especially when we don't have any real amount of ammo, I tend to try to avoid using our ranged weapons. In this game, it's even more important to consider your ammunition's resources, your reserves, considering that enemies respawn in this game. So you will go through ranged ammunition very quickly, and without a high maintenance score, our weapons will degrade very fast as well. So we will keep from using these until we have at least 3 maintenance, and probably at least 2 or 3 points in the associated ranged weapons skill. But first, we are going to take research. Or maybe we don't take research, Tim? Take maintenance first? You know what? We will take maintenance first. We are playing a Marine. who would want to use weapons, ranged weapons. So we'll start grabbing this right away. The maintenance skill determines the amount of improvement you can make to the condition of a weapon. You must have a maintenance tool to use this skill. So right now, if we were to use this tool, we could improve a weapon's condition 1 point. So we're going to want that at least at 3, so this way our maintenance tools can restore 3 points. It's one of the more important types of skills to upgrade. Because later on, there are some enemies we do not want to go toe-to-toe with a wrench. Every melee weapon also has a associated skill with it. The wrench is the melee weapon's equivalent. Standard weapons equivalent. Energy weapons have a laser sword. Does Heavy have a skill? I don't. A melee weapon? I don't think it does. And later on, there'll be an exotic weapon choice. Sorry, are gonna be. That's a shotgun hybrid. You haven't seen one of those before. I like they tried to get away. That's pretty cool. His shotgun is not jammed, but it is in terrible condition. So we probably... I mean, it is a ranged weapon. I guess we won't keep the jammed... I am... How did you miss us? Wow. Monkey. With a monkey brain. We can't research this yet.
Ever since we reached Tau Ceti, the lab monkeys have been acting strangely. Nurse Lesser picked one out of a cage to be brought in for vivisection, and the rest of them, I mean the entire group, stood up on their legs and howled. This wasn't just a random display. It was a protest.
What are... Oh, magazines. And some more nanites. A lot of reading to do in here. I guess this is where they were doing some experiments on the monkeys. And we can't get into this. Let's see behind a little note to remind us. Another antitoxin hypo. 3 of those. Nice. See the cryo cells here, right? I think that's what those are. Yeah, so they were doing experiments on something in this area. Of dead people, both ready to effectively be cremated or shipped out, and others just lying on the floor. I think that guy with the twisted hand is the gentleman we're trying to make our way to get to, who has the key card we need to, I think, access the maintenance shaft. But to access that room, we need to find his assistant, which is over in the medical subsection.
These missions should have been scrubbed before it left Earth. We've been unable to contain the reactant coolant leaks on Deck 1. I've put an order requiring hazard suits down there. I know you think this would cause a panic, but it's better than giving everybody radiation sickness, don't you think?
I would think so. Though, perhaps they shouldn't have launched at all, with the conditions as they are. Alright guys, so we're gonna stop before we head over to the next subsector, because we've been playing for about an hour so far, and we'll pick up in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. At the end of this video, I didn't even say, I will show off what I did to fix the attack problem that I had in the game. So, if you care about that sort of thing, you can hang around to watch that. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching what you did, and
We seek.
Maybe I will see you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Thanks again for watching. Alright, guys. I figured it out. It's a bit weird what's happening, but it doesn't make sense, but it's consistent, which is good. So, this is what I was using for my binds. And if I look down here for my attack, it's bound to mouse 1. And my inventory is bound to I. And this is the behavior I get. My left mouse button pops open my inventory, as does my I button. If I change it to something else, we'll make it J. I will clear it and make it J. Hitting J brings up my inventory. If I clear it, nothing happens. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm pressing my mouse button as fast as I can. And there's no attacks that are occurring. So what I ended up doing was I loaded the original game defaults. And it works with the left mouse button. I went and checked on the binds, and it's empty for these. In fact, I don't believe there's mouse 1 isn't listed here at all. But if I bind this key, so I don't know, let's bind it to T. T now brings up my inventory. Interesting. So just don't bind your attack option. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. I got nothing. I don't know. It's acting really weird. So to make it work in the game, all I did was I restored the original game defaults, and then I just set the binds I like to being the binds that I will use for the gameplay, and just made sure that I left my attack and use item options as empty. And that fixed it. Alright, I'm gonna break this off. Thank you guys for watching this, and in the future, if I do encounter anything weird, it'll be at the end of the video so as not to break up the flow.